Hi, and welcome to our tutorial on how to use the seed starting and planting plan Google Sheet that is provided in our Etsy store. If you have found this video by accident and are interested in purchasing this item, you can go to our description and see. There will be a link to our store. Otherwise, thank you so much for your purchase, and I'm going to do this quick walkthrough for you on how to use your sheet. For our seed starting and planting plan sheet, it's really made up of 3 tabs. Our first tab here is one that will have instructions on how to use it outside of this video. And the main bulk of the information is in our category and type tab that you're seeing here. Now, I am showing you this on a tablet today instead of a PC. So the tablet does go ahead and make things a little more scrunched, but it is still tablet friendly. You can also use this on your phone. Though it is a lot of numbers on a small area, you'll have to scroll in and out. But I wanted to show you that this is mobile friendly today and walk you through a little bit about here. So for our category type and planting details, I have provided over 150 different types of vegetables, flowers, miscellaneous items, herbs that you can use. I have grown probably 90% of these items myself, with the exception of some of the flowers. Those are ones that I've picked from a lot of flower farmers that are near us. I do grow some of these, but I have not gone through nearly as many of the flowers. I have grown almost every single one of the fruits, grains, herbs, and vegetables. Yes, I really did grow wheat at my little home garden just as a trial, so there you have it. So this information is a collection of research over years, both from my personal experience and from some of the best sources that you can find out there in the EDU space. And what I have already pre-filled in are different columns of information, such as how quickly you think your seeds will germinate, how many days till harvest on average, sowing depth, spacing, planting seasons, if they are usually succession planted, if they're usually part of a fall garden, if they are better as transplanted or direct seeded. And I've even provided some notes over here for folks when they are doing this. Now, the best part about this sheet is every last bit of this is customizable. If you decide that you don't agree with me or your microclimate just doesn't match this, like you can't do succession planting because you're going on vacation, or you feel like it takes way more time for your seeds to start, that's okay. You just go customize this and you change these numbers. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. You change that to 8 days because that is what you usually have. Then it's changed to 8. All these pieces of information are used to help calculate a planting plan for your garden. Any of the items with an asterisk are used in the calculations, and all the other items here that you see are just for general information. I'm going to put that back to 7. Just so I don't forget later, although this is just the example sheet and not the blank one that you'll get with all of the information included. So if you come over here, you can see where we add our succession days, and each one of these has an asterisk. You can check that out. You might have to scroll a little bit. Transplants, direct seeds, all that type of information. If you don't need to customize any of this and you just want to make your own planting plan, then you just go over here and you select everything that you plan to grow for your season. That's all you do there. And then you come right over here to your planting plan. You put in your last frost date. So that's the last time in any given year that you plan on having frost. So you can Google that pretty easily. This is the average date for the area I'm in Western North Carolina. The second date is the first frost that you might actually have. Again, easily Googleable, or you can, take that from your own notes if you've been gardening for a while. As soon as you put those in, let's pretend it's just a different date here. And you can watch it happen. It will auto calculate your information here. So it will tell you a seed starting date that you might need to have for, you can also see those. The seed starting date, it will tell you that. It will tell you when to plant the transplants or direct seed outside on the outdoor planting date. If it is a plant that can be fall planted, then it gives you a last fall planting date. And then if it's a crop that is usually succession planted, it will calculate it out to 15 areas of succession planting and bring over any notes or special instructions that you might have over for your planting plan. All of this is auto-calculated and is directly brought in from the other tab that we looked at. So if you decide that, oh wait, I am not gonna actually grow mustard this year, you can just take it off, go right back to your planting plan, and now you'll see that there is no more mustard. All right, and so the last thing that I would leave with you is that this is entirely customizable as you work through this. If you want to change these categories to greens or vegetables, other vegetables, or you want to have root vegetables, you can just come right in here and type those different categories. They will help you find the information that you need. Then you can sort and change those. Same thing with the herbs, flowers. Feel free to update all of this, and then it will automatically pull over into your planting plan for you based on those unique categories and types that you've personally typed in and the information that you've customized. I hope this gets you started and you have a great gardening and growing season. Again, don't forget, if you need to contact or find more information, come right back to the How to Use tab, which will have further details. Thank you very much.